Did I just fall back in love with 35mm film again, shooting LomoChrome PURPLE? Welcome back to the show again, guys. My name is Andy Adamus. I am a full-time filmmaker and film photography is my hobby. Did LomoChrome PURPLE help me fall back in love with 35mm film? Yeah, to a certain extent it did. This is something that I'll dive into a little bit later in the video, but I feel like I've been approaching 35mm incorrectly in some ways. I want to jump right in just for people that are looking at this video for information. Lomography makes a couple film stocks that flip their colors. LomoChrome PURPLE is going to be your most popular one, and then there's Metropolis, and then there's a new one I believe that just came out. The name of it slips my mind. But LomoChrome PURPLE, you'll be flipping colors from blue to green, green to purple, yellow to pink, and red will stay the same. So you can shoot this film from 100 to 400 box speed. I've heard people recommend that sticking around 200 is ideal. I, from my experience, have shot at 400 in the past on medium format. This time I shot at ISO 320. You'll see in some of the images that this film stock is very light hungry. So if you have things that are places in your images that are underexposed, you're going to pay for it. And that's just kind of the look of it too. With 35mm LomoChrome PURPLE, it's just very grainy. I will say that I was really pleased on the actual grain structure. So don't despair, but I will give you a couple tips at the end to make sure that you get the best results with this film stock. So we're here at Seven Island State Birding Park today. It is absolutely gorgeous out. I got the family with me. This place is, we're just at the entrance and it's pretty darn stunning already. I know this is someone's property over here, but very pretty area. I'm going to be shooting on the Elon 7 with Sigma Art 35mm and probably break out the 100mm macro. So using modern technology, I guess you could say that, with analog film. So Sigma glass, as you know, has very sharp images, and I'm really interested to see what kind of results we're going to get. 21 exposures in. It goes quick. Not like medium format. And I don't know if it's the fact that it's LomoChrome or that I just have a lot of exposures, but geez, 21. I moved over to the 100 mil. I did a little bit, but absolutely gorgeous. Love that. Grab some shots over here. I will say that I really like how compressed the 100mm lens is. It really makes me want to consider going with the 150 on the Bronica, but I know even the 150 is, I believe, a 85mm equivalent to full frame. So I think that I would have to go to like the 200, which, if I'm not mistaken, it didn't have very good reviews. But I never shoot on anything this tight for film photography, and it's very fun. Just because I can reach out and get some great shots of some of these birds, and I'm just not used to it. I'm just so used to, maybe we're all used to shooting on a 50mm, you know? It seems like that's kind of common. How these birds are going crazy over here. But yeah, there's tons of birds. I have never seen this many geese in one place, and there's herrings out there. Herrings or cranes? But I'm from the Midwest where there's tons of geese, and I haven't seen this many geese before. I'm almost done. I am 33 exposures in. So 3 more shots and we're good to go on this episode. I like the coast here. Let's see if you can see this. Oh, just very even. You got like the rocks, and then like the shrubs, and then the foliage up top. Let's see what we can get.
So do you see what I mean? The grain in there, in my opinion, was really pretty. It's like almost like little dots of paint. It has like a watercolor look to it. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of grain in my photos. I mean, you get it, it's film, right? I don't like super grainy images, but this was a little bit different. It made me look at 35mm from a different perspective. I think it's because I've been doing it wrong this whole time. I use a V600. Here's your tip, right? If you're shooting 35 millimeter, you'll see on a number of videos, people say that it's very grainy, and it's true. You can see it's grainy, but it can be pretty grain, and I think you see what I mean. But if you do scan yourself, you need to have a pretty high-end scanner. I use a V600, an Epson V600, and my results were they're kind of ugly and super grainy in a way, but unpleasant grain. So I did more research, and I found that you either need to have a lab do this for you, where they scan it, and or you take photos of your negatives. So I have avoided that, but I went ahead and used my iPad with a white screen and propped up my film holder, took pictures. I had this really poor setup, just so I can get you guys the results. Not one I would necessarily recommend, but it did the job. It made me look at 35 millimeter completely different, because when I've been scanning in the past, I'm like, man, it's such a struggle to get things to look right. And even more so, the color from taking an image of your negative is more honest than a scanner. When I would scan my images with the 35 millimeter, I would have to really push some of those colors for Lomography to pop out. So I found that when I took photos of the actual photos of the actual negative, when I flipped them over in Negative Lab Pro, it was LomoChrome Purple, and I hadn't experienced that before. I'm not a big fan of the scanner anymore. I don't know what I'm gonna do for my next run, but I only used a 20 megapixel camera to do it too, whereas I think the recommended megapixel for 35 millimeter is 24 and up. Some people may say that 20 is fine, and I was happy with it. I've also seen in other videos where people say that when they got the results back from their lab, they had to push the colors too. So I kind of wonder if the scanners don't do a good job for these kinds of film stocks, that you're better off. I think you're just better off taking a photo of your negative, and you probably will be surprised how good it looks. I mean, the grain looks amazing. I absolutely love it. I keep saying that, but it's true. I know that there's some of you that have said in the past, you'll never convince me to shoot LomoChrome Purple. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to shoot it, you don't have to shoot it, but I think it's fun, and I think as a photographer, we share our images with other people. Other people might enjoy seeing them come from you. So maybe you should shoot a roll for your friends and family. They probably would like it, especially if you're a really good photographer. Shoot some smoking images and then send them off to your friends and say, hey, had a great time at the beach with you, or, maybe not go to the beach with your camera, but you know what I'm talking about. So if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. We made it to 100 subscribers. Guys, thank you so much. That means so much to me, and what a victory. I gained like 50 subscribers over the last month or so. I have some things cooking up for you guys that I'm very excited about. One of those is I'm going to be interviewing some people and some tycoons in the industry. So remember, guys, have fun, get out there and shoot some film. All right, bye-bye.